starting off, what does this new court mean to the program, both playing wise and just to have it as something that all these top programs have?
Yeah, on a lot of levels, it makes a huge impact. It's huge for our players' bodies physically. That surface kind of has a shock absorption to it, and that will be great for the repetitive jumping that comes from our sport. And then it's kind of a frictionless surface that will kind of help with those floor burns and all the things associated with that, in terms of the medical side of it. And then it's just a huge statement for our program in general. The top programs in the country are playing on TerraFlex surfaces. The top programs in the world, every major volleyball event's being played on TerraFlex. And so it's going to be huge. It's going to make a huge impact on recruiting for us, and visually, I think it's going to be something fans really enjoy as well.
So you just mentioned, comparing it to the likes of floors of Louisville, Ohio State, and making sure it wasn't exactly like them, but to be in the same likes of them, just from a program standpoint and from a court standpoint, I mean, how much of an honor is that for you, and what does that say about just how much higher and higher this program can go?
Yeah, well, it was phenomenal when we were in the bubble in Omaha, and back in the spring, and every court that was there was a TerraFlex surface, and we played on, Nebraska's court there, I think, that they brought in Omaha, and it just feels different when you walk out on it, and you see the impact of it, and it really makes an impact that volleyball is important. The volleyball matters where you are, and so it's a critical part of continuing to grow our program.
Coach, how long did the planning take? Just coming up with the idea of let's get a new court and just put it on top of the homes?
Yeah, we had some private people step forward and help us with it, along with Todd Stewart's always so supportive of getting things like this done, within the athletics department as well. And it was something that we started on last summer. Really, there's a process to getting one of these courts built and put together, and so we started on the design phase and all of it last fall, and it was something that took a great deal of time to come together. And with all the supply chain issues and everything that our world has in front of it right now, when they told us it would be here in July, we had our fingers crossed, but we're excited. It turned out great.
Speaking of excitement, obviously the players are excited, but was there anything that stood out that the players said about how excited they are just about this new floor?
It gives them the impression that they matter. It gives them the impression that our program matters, and that this is a big time place, and we're winning at a high level right now. I mean, we've been in the top 25, I think 9 of the last 10 years, and our kids deserve to be playing on this surface and be in situations like this, and it just gives them, and it kind of holds them to a standard a little bit too, right? Because they see that people around them are investing in them, and it'll just increase their investment back into this program, and so we're excited on a lot of levels.
I know you guys have a lot of top-notch facility folks here. Getting this thing up and down, I guess, what's the process like? How long does that take? And how often do you guys do it?
Well, from what I understand, it's about a 3 to 4 hour process to get it down and get it set up for a game, and I think we're all kind of feeling our way through it right now. Obviously, before basketball starts, it'll be able to stay down a little bit more and longer, and then once basketball starts, we'll have to get it up and down some, and but that's done a lot of places, and so I don't anticipate it being that big of an issue, and it doesn't mean we can't still practice in the auxiliary gyms and do the things that we did before, but it just means on game day we're going to have a pretty big time environment.
I believe the first home match of the season is August 31 against Louisville. You guys go to Illinois, what do you think the emotions are going to be like being out here for that first game, and being Louisville too?
Well, that's going to be an electric atmosphere. I think that one's going to rival, hosting in the NCAA tournament. I mean, we're going to have a Louisville team that was in the Final Four last year that preseason will probably be a top 5 team again, and unveiling our new court, playing a team of that caliber, I think it's going to be an electric in Biddle Arena that night.
Anything else?